Your midsection fat is about to be obliterated, not just diminished or decreased. I'm talking about total elimination, permanently removed, and you only need 5 movements. If you're skeptical, I understand. You've been told similar things before, but I can back up everything I'm saying with research involving thousands of participants who eliminated more fat in several weeks than typical dieters do in multiple months. Now, consider this figure: 20 calories every 60 seconds. That's what the first movement delivers. Perform it for 20 minutes, and you've torched 400 calories. That matches running at a 6-minute per mile pace, except you're stationary and your knees aren't taking a beating. Researchers at the University of North Texas conducted research. They discovered that merely 12 rounds of 30-second bursts of this movement dramatically elevated growth hormone and testosterone levels. These are precisely the 2 hormones that target abdominal fat and incinerate it as energy. So your physiology has no alternative. It must obliterate it. What's even more impressive? When you finish this movement, your metabolism continues working. Your caloric burn doesn't settle down. It remains elevated, which essentially means you can relax on your sofa doing absolutely zero and continue incinerating fat. This phenomenon is known as EPOC, or excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, if you want the technical term. So what is this incredible movement that delivers massive outcomes? It's known as kettlebell swings. Now, before you navigate away thinking you're already familiar with these, wait. 90% of exercisers perform kettlebell swings entirely correctly. And when your one technique is poor, this becomes ineffective. So listen carefully, because I'm going to demonstrate precisely how to execute this correctly so it genuinely obliterates your abdominal fat. First, take a kettlebell and position it approximately 12 to 18 inches ahead of you on the surface. Position yourself with your feet somewhat wider than hip distance, with toes angled slightly outward. Now, here's where everybody ruins this. This isn't a squat movement. I'll say it again. This isn't a squat movement. If you're dropping your knees like you're lowering into a seat, you've already failed. This is a hip hinge pattern. So what's a hip hinge pattern? Drive your hips backward. Picture someone attached a cord around your midsection and they're yanking you back. Your knees will flex somewhat, perhaps 15 to 20 degrees, but that's all. Your hips travel back, your torso stays upright, and your spine stays neutral. Reach forward and grasp that kettlebell with both palms. Draw your shoulders backward and downward. Activate your lats like you're squeezing fruit in your underarms. This positioning is critical. Ignore this and you'll injure your lower back. Now, propel that kettlebell backward between your thighs. You should sense tension building in your hamstrings and glutes. Then detonate. Thrust your hips forward as explosively as possible. Drive them and contract your glutes so intensely it's uncomfortable. The kettlebell should rise up to chest level from hip force alone. Your arms are simply ropes. They're contributing nothing. At the peak, stand erect, glutes contracted. Don't hyperextend and let momentum bring it back down. Then detonate again. That's 1 repetition. Weight selection is important. Begin with 26 to 35 pounds. If your spine curves or you're hauling with your arms, reduce the weight. Perfect technique incinerates fat. Your pride doesn't. Now, there's something you haven't done since you were 8 years old, and that could be the greatest error you're making. I can picture you getting skeptical right now, but hear me out, because the data is undeniable. 10 minutes of this equals 30 minutes of running. That's not my opinion. That's the European Journal of Applied Physiology. It was also demonstrated that this movement creates more mitochondria in your muscle tissue, and more mitochondria means your physiology becomes superior at incinerating fat even when you're inactive.
This is why boxers and martial artists depend on this. It's not because it's enjoyable, it's because nothing else compares, and that would be jump rope. You'll attempt it, appear foolish for 30 seconds, stumble over the cord, and abandon it permanently. So let me spare you the humiliation. Stop leaping so elevated. This is the primary error. You only need to clear the cord by 1 or 2 inches, that's all. Tiny, rapid bounces. If you're attempting to jump high, you'll be exhausted in 20 seconds and you'll achieve nothing. Next error, stop rotating your entire arms. The cord rotates from your wrists, that's it. Your elbows remain near to your rib cage. If you're making large circular movements with your arms, you're squandering energy and won't endure. Attempt to maintain posture. Don't lean forward or slouch. Just stay upright and let the cord function. Finally, discover a cadence. That's the secret. It's not about velocity initially, it's about steadiness, a smooth, consistent bounce you can sustain. Begin with the fundamentals, both feet together. Jump, touch down,
touchdown. That's it. Execute this for 30 seconds and pause. You're just learning the cadence here. Don't concern yourself with anything else yet. Once that's simple, attempt running in position while the cord spins. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. The cord keeps rotating, but you're switching which foot contacts the surface. Now, here's how to genuinely use this in your training sessions. If you're just beginning, jump for 30 seconds and pause for 10. Execute that 3 times with each style I just demonstrated. Basic jumping, then running style. That's approximately 15 minutes total, and you're finished. If you're more experienced, jump intensely for 45 seconds and pause for 15. Execute that 10 times consecutively. Select whichever style you prefer. If you're really challenging yourself, go as intensely as you possibly can for 20 seconds and pause for 10. Execute that 8 times. It's only 4 minutes, but it will absolutely devastate you. Perform this 2 or 3 times each week. All you need is a cord. That's $10 at any retailer. Let me pose a question. What's the one movement you're probably evading right now because you're concerned you might get injured? And that concern, it's preventing you from more fat loss than you understand. Because while you're sitting there frightened, individuals who genuinely perform this are developing muscle that incinerates calories continuously. 300 calories in 30 minutes. But that's just what occurs during the lift. Research demonstrates this generates the highest afterburn effect of any compound movement. Your metabolism doesn't spike and decline. It stays elevated for 24 to 48 hours. Before you lift anything, position yourself properly. Take a massive breath into your abdomen and brace your core as intensely as possible. Draw your shoulders backward and downward. Activate your lats by imagining you're crushing something in your underarms. Keep your torso upward and your spine needs to be neutral. Now, here's how you lift it. Drive through your feet like you're attempting to drive the surface downward. The bar should remain near to your two. And unlike cardio that just incinerates calories temporarily, this develops real muscle, permanent lean tissue that increases your daily calorie burn permanently. Each pound of muscle incinerates 6 calories daily. At rest, fat incinerates only 2. Add 10 pounds of muscle and you're incinerating 40 extra calories every day doing nothing. Plus, this floods your system with testosterone and growth hormone. And as we mentioned, those are precisely the 2 hormones that target abdominal fat and incinerate it as energy. Now, the name of this movement is deadlift, and when executed properly, it's one of the best things to obliterate your abdominal fat. So let me demonstrate how to perform this safely. Position yourself with your feet hip to shoulder distance apart. Put the barbell across the middle of your foot, not your toes, the actual middle of your foot. Now drive your hips backward, not downward like you're lowering into a seat. Backward like there's a barrier behind you and you're attempting to contact it with your rear. Your knees will flex somewhat, just enough to reach the bar, perhaps 15 to 20 degrees. Grasp the bar just outside your thighs, both palms facing downward, or one upward and one downward if the weight is substantial. Drive the thighs the entire way upward, almost contacting your shins. Important. Your hips and torso need to rise at the same time. If your rear shoots upward first, you're executing it incorrectly and you'll injure your lower back. When the bar gets beyond your knees, drive your hips forward and contract your glute muscles intensely. Stand upright and don't hyperextend. To descend it, drive your hips backward first. Once the bar clears your knees, then flex them. Contact the surface, reset your position, and repeat.
If you're just beginning, use only the empty bar. It weighs 45 pounds. Practice the movement until it feels automatic. Beginners execute 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps with lighter weight. Intermediate lifters can go heavier for 4 to 6 reps per set. Only perform this once or twice per week. Your physiology needs 2 to 3 days to recover between sessions. You know what distinguishes humans from every other creature on the planet? We're not the quickest, we're not the most powerful, but we can run longer than anything else alive. That's how our ancestors hunted. They just pursued animals until those animals collapsed from exhaustion. Humans are literally designed for endurance. So why am I about to tell you to sprint? Because evolution also gave us something else. Fast-twitch muscle fibers that detonate with power when we need to escape danger or catch prey. Sprint intervals are the single most effective fat-incinerating movement that exists, not according to me. According to a meta-analysis of 75 research studies, listen to these figures. 39.59% greater body fat reduction than standard HIIT, 91.83% more fat loss than moderate cardio, and it requires 60% less time to achieve those results. First rule, warm up properly or you're going to strain something. 10 minutes minimum. Dynamic leg swings, arm circles, light jogging.
foam roll. If you have a roller, get your heart rate elevated gradually and get blood flowing to your muscles. If you're brand new to sprinting, don't go full velocity yet. Sprint for 10 to 15 seconds at 80 to 85% effort. Walk for 60 to 90 seconds to recover fully. Execute that 4 to 6 times. That's your entire workout. Go home. You're finished. After 2 to 4 weeks of that, progress to 20 to 30 second sprints at 90 to 95% effort with 90 to 120 second recovery periods. Execute 6 to 8 rounds. For advanced athletes, there's the Wingate protocol. 30 seconds of absolute 100% maximum effort sprinting everything you have. Then 4 minutes of active recovery walking. Repeat 4 to 6 times. This will be one of the most difficult things you've ever experienced, and the movements you evade are the ones your physiology needs most. For example, take burpees. There's no equipment, no excuses, just you and gravity. That's why everyone despises them. But research discovered burpees preserve 97% of your muscle during fat loss, and cardio only 78%. That difference matters. More muscle means higher metabolism. Now, here's why they function so effectively. You're hitting every position the human body can execute in 3 seconds. Drop down, plank, push up, jump forward, detonate upward. Your heart rate maxes out and your muscles never rest. So here's the protocol that obliterates fat. 20 seconds as intensely as you can go. 10 seconds, pause, 8 rounds, 4 minutes total. Or go 30 to 60 seconds, pause, 15 to 30, repeat for 10 to 15 minutes. Perform this once or twice a week. Don't let your hips sag. Don't execute partial push-ups. Don't skip the jump. Those errors eliminate the effectiveness. Go attempt these and trust me, your abdominal fat doesn't stand a chance.